Sina, so great to see you and be with you here today. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone here in the audience. I know we are the last session before lunch, so really appreciate you sticking with us. Thank you to Aston Martin for providing this beautiful, breathtaking space. From someone who comes from New York, it's so great to be able to be down here in the warm sunshine and be able to look outside. And thank you, Brand Innovators, for bringing all these incredible speakers here with us today. I want to welcome Sina to this fireside chat here with me today. She's the Chief Marketing Officer at B1 Bank, and I would love for you to, tell everyone a little bit about your background and your journey, as I know it's a bit diverse, and just all the things and accomplishments that you've done and how you're sort of supporting the next generation of women and people and Asians as well.
Thanks, Lisa. Hi, everyone. So nice to be here and sharing this stage with you. Brand Innovators is such a special partnership and place, and thank you for having me. So my name is Senna Bayasgalan. You can also say Sina. They're both right. I'm Korean and Mongolian, so they pronounce it differently in each country. Beyond sharing a name with the F1 driver, I also worked in 5 different countries, started my career in Singapore and South Korea, lived across so many different parts of the world, but now I'm the CMO of a southern regional community commercial bank called B1 Bank in Louisiana and Texas. Joined the bank 5 months ago, moved from Brooklyn to Baton Rouge, Louisiana 2 months ago.
Wow. Okay, so our topic today is bringing bold ideas to life. And I'd say there's a lot of boldness in everything that you just shared. So why don't we sort of level set? What does bringing bold ideas to life mean to you, especially in your own career?
Let's see. I think a lot of times when you think about bringing bold ideas, especially as marketers, we always think about what's next, right? What's something that can capture audience and delight people, surprise people, and things like that. But for me, bringing bold ideas to life, especially as a marketer, is creating irrational loyalty for your brand. So how do you do that? I think it depends on your business. For us in financial services, and especially in banking, it's all about trust, relationships, connection, and that kind of partnership you build with your audience, not only your current customers, but prospects, partners, and employees, right? So that's what I try to kind of highlight and focus on in my career, especially right now in the banking, because this is my first banking job. So I would say B1 Bank was really bold picking their first CMO who's never had a banking background as their first marketing executive. So, but yeah, we're really focusing on how do we think about making decision, but also questioning how does this affect our customer at the end.
Great. So you're the first CMO. Do you feel a sense of legacy building responsibility as that first CMO?
I definitely feel a lot of responsibility. I don't know how big of a legacy is part of that, but I feel really responsible. Where do we go from here? The B1 Bank has been really successful in growing and doubling our assets and numbers in the past 19 years. We've been only around 19 years, so in banking industry, that's like a baby year. Our senior leadership is really young for banking standards. My CEO is only 50 years old, but he's been the CEO for 15 years. So he has that kind of appetite for risk-taking, thinking outside the box, really investing in the next kind of idea to place the bank in a more successful trajectory. But for me, joining the bank as their first CMO, I'm really thinking about being the partner that can support his vision. So he's a very innovative leader who's constantly thinking about where can we go from here? How can we serve our customers best? So I'm really trying to focus on thinking about creating, campaigns, activities, and ideas to life that's going to make sense 10 years from now, right? Not just today, how the economy is going, what people want, just 13-month CD special. Beyond that, what do we offer for our customers and prospects, and creating kind of like a brand loyalty that's a little bit irrational, that's a little bit audacious.
So let's talk about your customers, right? Who exactly are your customers, and how do you bring that boldness to them in what they do every day, to what's important to them? Maybe you could share a little about that.
Yeah, so B1 Bank is a commercial first bank. We used to be called Business First Bank, and then we rebranded it in 2017 to kind of be more inclusive, so we can serve our customers, employees, their family, and everyone. Our customers are small business owners in the main street businesses, right? And when you think about it, these business owners and these businesses, they're actually a little too small to be kind of get that white glove service from the really big players in financial services, but they're also a little too big for the truly small commercial community banks. So we're kind of serving that really sweet middle space where we can serve small businesses from beginning to the M&A if they're ready. We acquired 8 businesses within the last 6 years, doubled our sizes, kind of future-proofing ourselves so we can service our clients better. But I would say I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, even we get bigger. So currently we're about to hit like the 10 billion in assets. So our regulation is going to change, our compliance is going to change. So we're kind of preparing for that next tier to play within the big, banks league. But what we do always think about is small businesses are the backbone of this country's, economy. Small businesses contribute 44% of the GDP of the nation. They employ 50% of private sector. They generate 16x per employee patent compared to the big firms. So our customers are actually the innovators, community builders, and people and businesses who are really driving our economic growth as we kind of getting into that next level of really uncertain economy worldwide. That's why we are serving those businesses and business owners who are really still being really resilient, contributing so much to our nation's wealth and health.
Yeah, so sort of like the main street, right? What we talked a little bit about. So how do you help those small businesses sort of be bold in their decision making, and to be able to continue to survive for the long term?
Yeah, so we're internally, there's like a 2 parts, right? Like internally, we're constantly investing in our employees, so make sure they're serving our customers the best. It kind of comes down from our top. So our CEO is just a really lovely human being. He's the reason I moved from Brooklyn to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But he kind of examples this leadership style where he's constantly thinking about how do we keep the culture healthy, how we keep it as is so the employees are happy, satisfied, feel proud to be a part of an organization that's serving and doing the best for our customers and building relationships. So B1 Bank has been really successful in the past 19 years without really that much effort in marketing because of the relationships they've built between the bankers and the customers. So what we're trying to do now is invest even more technology, even more ability for our bankers to do that really well, and then continue to remember the customer's name, have real human touch instead of if you go, I don't know where do you bank, but when you go into your bank. Do you get greeted by your name? Does people remember you, right? But at B1 Bank, clients are, remembered and they know their bankers. They call their bankers if they need something. So that's the internal part. External part, we're really using, especially now with marketing that I'm trying to build marketing team, is to really using our platform to elevate our customer stories. So instead of, I know Jonathan said story showing, what I'm really focusing on is story making. So co-creating all these, stories and campaigns with our customers in the middle and helping them be the hero of their own journey. So that's what we're using our platforms for, because if you go to a lot of, expos and events, you don't really want to hear about bank, what they do, what they sell. We all sell the same thing. There's not much of difference, but what we can differ is the relationship we built, how we have, built the partnership, not just beyond the banking services, but how do we show up for our customers in places they don't even expect.
Okay, so I'm just going to unpack a few things that you said here. First, sort of you're talking about your CEO and the culture that he's developed. And I would say that's a bold move in the sense that making sure that he carries that culture through as you have had so much growth over the last few years, right? And then you sort of talk about the customer being both internally and externally and providing them the tools. And bold then doesn't necessarily mean having to be big and flashy, right? It's just to make sure that it's a bold decision that you're going to take care of your internal customer in response to then take care of that external customer. And it's all about relationship building, which we've heard earlier today and that we hear now, right? Would that be correct in saying that?
Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. And I think, especially bank and money is a really emotional topic. So when you think about how do we, create a culture that can help and take care of our customers, money and businesses and investments, we really need to take care of our internal folks really well, equally, if not better. It comes from our CEO and senior leadership because they really allow and give permission to our employees to really surprise and delight our customers, right? Create decisions on their own to whether that's reducing the rate or, creating something to allow them to scale their business to the next level, or offering them different type of product when they really ask for something else. So really allowing and giving permission to our internal folks to make the decision best in their abilities, to really thinking about customer first, right? Like, is this decision is going to really help our customer be the hero of their own journey? And then I think when that happens, it really takes care, like the customers are taken care of because the employees are very empowered to do so. And it just creates that kind of reciprocal loyalty constantly. And that, I think that's how we really build a rational loyalty to the brand.
Yeah, that's great. And going back to the external customer being about, the story making, right? And so making sure that it's about really putting them at the center, correct? And them being that bold hero there at the center.
Yeah, and our customers really know, and we communicate this really constantly to our customers that we're building this brand with them, not just for them. So they have voice when we create activities, campaigns, product. We're constantly asking our frontline people, right? Like, what are you hearing from our customers? What's working? What's not working? What kind of, things like wish lists they have? We're constantly getting that feedback, and then really not just receiving the feedback, but acting on it. That's been really helpful. And then also, because we're so regulated, a lot of people think there's not much you can do, and you can sound really similar to the next bank or next community bank. But I think, creativity loves constraint, and we can really do things differently when that mission is really rooted in like, how do we service our customers better, and how does this really affecting them for the better for their businesses, and how do we partner with them so that, and co-create with them so that if this is the first business, and then she sent her kid to the college, and he's the first kid going to college from that family. When we hear that story, right, we're like, okay, how can we support you after this for the next generation? So we're really thinking about not just today for your financial needs, but like tomorrow, what are you planning? What are you doing? How can we be helpful? So that's why we also acquired a lot of businesses to be able to offer those.
Great. Okay, so for everyone here in the room, sort of something bold, but aren't sure they're ready. And you've done a lot of bold things, whether it's boldly moving somewhere, boldly taking on this new role, boldly coming to the world of finance. What is some of the advice you would give to everyone out here to sort of make that, that bold move?
I think you said this really well. Being bold doesn't have to be flashy, right? It doesn't have to be very risky. Being bold can be literally you deciding to not take the next job offer, even though it's like a better pay, better whatever. But for me, as I got older and working across so many different countries with so many different cultures and people, what's so important to me is working with really good people, not necessarily where do I work and what do I do and what kind of industry I work in. I just wanted to work with really great people who's doing good job, right, and making really great impact. And I really saw that at B1 Bank, because when I saw the story, and then I actually interviewed our customers before I took the job, because it was really important to me that they were doing what they were saying they were doing. So, and I think being bold and bringing bold ideas to life don't have to be the moving across the country like I did and going to Texas from South Korea. It can literally be saying no to the things that doesn't serve you anymore, right? As a marketer, as a professional. So it can look like, depending on what's important to you at the moment.
I love that. So being bold is being true to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and following that. That's great. So I don't think I had a chance to introduce myself. So I'm Lisa Mallen with AMC Networks. We're more than just networks. We're distributed everywhere, and we're excited for the future of all of that. So with that, I'm going to go into sort of a quick rapid fire also. So a little bit different than the group before us, and I'm going to sort of lean into my AMC branding a little here. So a couple of questions for you. Walking Dead or White Lotus?
I'm going to be so bad. I haven't seen both.
So then you're going to say Walking Dead, right?
Yes.
Mad Men or Suits?
Mad Men.
Excellent. Horror, romance?
Which one?
Horror genre or romance?
Romance. I can't do horror no more.
Po' boy or Texas barbecue?
Oh no, this is so hard.
Sorry.
Texas barbecue.
Okay. Hot or cold?
Hot.
Skinny jeans or barrel jeans?
Oh, neither.
Okay. Music, jazz or country?
Jazz.
Food, spicy or sweet?
Spicy.
LinkedIn or TikTok?
TikTok.
And text or call?
Call.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure working with you today. Thank you.